Where's Savaria? It's back and behind them, about 4 lengths off the leaders. Down to the 300 metres. Charmont ranged up to take the lead. Here's Platinum Witness. Savoya's out deeper. Savaria's poking through near the inside. Charmont's in front. Savaria along the inside is storming, and so is Platinum Witness out deeper. Savaria with the best rails run you've ever seen. What a ride it was. Tinsley, Hayden Tinsley wins the Oaks.
Yeah, she's a damn good filly, this. From day one, I said to Des, like, she's something special, and I think she's proven it today. She's one out of the box, and I think she'll go on to bigger and better things.
Savaria wins the Group 1 Wellfield New Zealand Oaks for trainer Royden Bergerson and rider Hayden Tinsley. Good evening, everybody. Welcome along to Trackside's Weigh In. The boys are all back together this week, and Butch Punters climbed into Savaria. So did the owners, apparently, too. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Great to see them get the result. Look, she was favoured from a long way out as her preparation was peaking towards this race, and Royden and Hayden got it bang on the day. Congratulations to them.
And Twiggy, you were there. Track played fair. Some really good racing, too. Good evening to you.
Yeah, good evening, Jay. It was a great day there, and like you say, we see some good races and some good wins.
All right, and we'll review those throughout the course of this next hour here on Weigh In. If you'd like to get in contact with us, you can via social media. We're on facebook.com/weighinshow, at weighinshow on Twitter, and you can email us as well, weighin@nzracingboard.co.nz. Here's what's coming up.
Coming up on tonight's show, the Kiwi Cream rose to the top in Australia on Saturday, and the team will chat to Michael Walker after he claimed a Flemington double, including the $1 million Australian Cup. But first up, he's ridden over 1,400 winners, including 86 black type events, and on Saturday he notched his 18th career Group 1 aboard Savaria in the Wellfield New Zealand Oaks. And we're delighted to have Hayden Tinsley join us in studio.
Hayden, thanks for coming up. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks, dear.
From gate number 1, you appeared to be a little bit handier on Saturday, didn't you? Yeah,
a hell of a lot handier than normal. She normally draws really, really wide in all her races, so we've had no option but to drop back. So with a hell of a lot better draw on Saturday in the Oaks, it just made it a lot easier to position her a lot further forward.
So the plan was to go further forward?
Just place to where she's happy. You know, as I said, from the wide draws, I've always had to pull her back or let her drop backwards. So on Saturday, naturally, I was going to be racing at least midfield anyway. Yeah,
she was beautifully relaxed, wasn't she?
Oh, very, very so. She's always relaxed in all her work, and whatever she does, you can just see after the race, she was just happily walking around.
How confident were you going into the race, Hayden, compared to everyone else? She was the horse on everyone's lips going into the race. Did you share everyone's confidence?
Yeah, I did for sure. The whole, even a month beforehand, I'd said that she's my Oaks ride. Every race she'd run, she'd improved every time. Day after the races, Royden would tell me that she's improved again, so the confidence was there all the time.
She'd always given the impression that the 2,400 metres from Saturday was going to suit her down to the ground. The way she rounded out Hastings' race, the start before at Taranaki, she was hitting the line, and gee, she was strong on the line at the end of that as well.
Most definitely, yeah. The Hastings last start race where she dead-heated in the lowland really told me that, how special she is. If you go through and look at her sectionals and to run 2,100 in the time she ran it in and still finish off 600 in 33 and a change. She's a really good filly.
Got to remember we're dealing with a horse that's only having race day start number 6 as well.
Yeah, sure.
So she's pretty new to the game as well. The way that she relaxed, the way she did it, it's like she's been there before. She just seems to be a horse that's just so lackadaisical.
Natural, I think, is probably the best word to describe her. Natural. She's really easy to ride and handle.
Royden said that he knew that she was something special from day dot. I mean, you rode her at the trials before she ever went to the races. How soon did you think she was something special?
Well, in that trial was really just a quiet educational trial for her, and she gave me a really nice feel. I was happy with her that day. Unfortunately, I didn't get to ride her on her first start, but when I first rode her in a race was at Hastings, and that day was another phenomenal win. And from then onwards, as I said, she's just got better and better.
It'd be fair to say probably the strongest Oaks we've seen for a long time too, would it?
Yeah, I think the form will come out of it very strongly. You've got the 1,000 Guineas winner that's gone a cracking race and running second. And look, there's no reason why the form won't go on. She could be right out of the top draw.
Yeah, she looks like a beauty, doesn't she? Yeah.
Saw the family on Facebook. Family there to enjoy the win as well.
Yeah, they were there. My partner Carla was there with our son Ben. he thoroughly enjoyed the day, met up with Brendan McCullum and got his photo taken, so he had a great day, enjoyed it.
And you had a bit of time to celebrate last night, I believe?
Yeah, Royden rang me up yesterday afternoon. He says, "Come round, what are you doing? Come round for a drink." And
did you think you had a sling
that
for
was,
you?
that was the end of the night.
No, that'll be Des. That'll be Des. Yeah. If reports are correct, that'll be Des, surely.
All right, Platinum Witness ran second, and with that second, she'll secure the New Zealand Bloodstock Filly of the Year series. Anything else to come out of the race, guys?
Oh, look, I thought the third horse has gone a good race. She's Group 1 place now. You know, she's been there and thereabouts. The fourth horse from the...
she was outstanding,
Yeah,
wasn't
she's
she?
gone really well.
Yeah, did a lot of work early, pressed forward from a wide gate and, you know, worked hard early and stuck on real brave for fourth, I thought.
Just back to the winner in the ride. Momentarily, it looked like you were maybe going to try and come off. That wasn't an option. Back to the inside, when Jin's swing started to weaken, you can see on the tape, she's really attacked that gap, hasn't she?
Yeah, she has. In all her races, I said she's always had to drop back. I've always pulled her to the outside and given her clear air, and she's always put in her best all the time. So the one little inkling bit going into that race on Saturday was what would she be like in amongst them and behind. But she's such an honest horse that I didn't really have too much concern of it. And she proved it, and when the gap opened, she took it on pretty strongly.
And that goes back to what you said, she's a natural.
Yep.
Because they don't all do that first time of asking in amongst them, do they?
No, they don't, no. Natural's the word, as you said then. She done it really easily and just takes everything in a stride.
And she'll head to Aussie now, do you think?
I reckon they'll pay the late entry for the Oaks, assuming that everything goes well in the next few. They don't have to make their mind up for a while. I think it's 22k. Gee, why wouldn't you?
Yeah,
she's on an upward plane.
It's good form out of the New Zealand Oaks to go to Sydney as well. You know, all the New Zealand horses and fillies that have gone over there have all performed well. So.
Will you get a run over there?
Will I?
Yeah.
Haven't discussed that yet.
You'll put your hand up though, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Both of them.
All right, so Savaria wins the Group 1. The listed Lightning Stakes was race number 6 on the program. And again, Hayden to the fore here with Who's Your Master, trained by Lance O'Sullivan and Andrew Scott. And you've actually formed a pretty good association with this horse, Hayden.
Yeah, I have. I enjoy riding him. He's a lovely horse to ride. Has his little quirks where he can over-race a wee bit in his races, so he has to settle, but he's a lovely horse to ride and has a massive acceleration like Savaria.
108.22 with the weight that he carried. Really good effort from that far back, I thought.
It is, yeah. In sprinting races, I don't believe that the weight is that big a factor as what it is maybe over 2,000 metres, but the pace was solid in that race, and for him to come back from last, it was, yeah, good.
That's his go, though. You were able to hold him up off the back of Trepidation, I think it was. Wait, then come out and go bang. And look, we saw him nearly win a railway with a similar type of run. He's electric that last little bit when he can be, isn't he?
Most definitely, yeah. The way he raced on Saturday and the run that I got, if you could guarantee that every single start, he could just about win every start.
I mentioned you got a good association with the horse, got a good association with the stable as well. Whenever they seem to campaign horses down in the CD, you're the one who gets the call up.
Yeah, it is. I've been a good friend of Lance and Andrew for many years, and I rode with Lance when he was riding. So, I mean, I'm only too honoured to be riding for them whenever they come down and be riding their horses.
4 winners for O'Sullivan's and 4 winners for Royden for the season. They share the same tally. So.
All right, let's move on to race number 3 on the program. This is the banded 65 1400 metre race. This was taken out by Endeavour, prepared by David and Emma Howarth, and ridden by Opie Bosson. And Hayden, you had the ride on Postboy in the Savaria colours, and he was a little bit disappointing and perhaps a little bit unlucky at New Plymouth at his previous start, and he was a lot better on Saturday, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Going to New Plymouth, he was just, I think, a little bit under the weather, whereas from then on until Saturday, Royden freshened him up, and he produced a really, really good run on Saturday, fresh up for this time back in.
He looked like when you put the stick away, he come again at the 200.
Halfway down the straight, when Mark Olligan's horse, Lee Sawpress, come up inside him, he ducked away from it a wee bit.
Yeah.
He might have just got a bit unbalanced at that stage, and once I've got going again, he's dug deep.
With the big weight. It was a good run, wasn't it?
She's a good mare, the winner.
Yeah.
We saw her win her special conditions race at Trentham. Then she's been there and thereabouts, and they'll aim her up at some really nice races next prep. She looks like she's going to take some benefit from a spell, and I reckon she'll race in some good company next year.
For sure.
One of the horses that we identified on the program a couple of weeks ago was Cafe Culture. That was your ride in the last on Saturday. The effort for third, what was your take on it? Because the pace in the race wasn't all that quick, was it?
No, it wasn't. They didn't go very hard in front, and the last 600, I don't know what the sectional time was, but it would have been pretty good, I thought. So the first three turning for home with the first three in the finish just proved that he's a very, very nice horse that's going places, and with the relatively short number of starts he's had.
Yeah, he's a bit of a late starter, wasn't he? I think he was a 5-year-old having his first start late last year, and I believe he had a number of problems which sidelined him before his first up run. Yeah,
that's right. He was badly injured as a 2 or 3-year-old that I heard of, and once he'd got over that, he got hurt again somewhere along the lines. They had to be tipped out, so he's had the time to mature, and he's paying the rewards now.
He's a really nice horse, isn't he?
Yeah, look, he is, and he's going to continue to improve, I think, and I reckon he'll go a bit further. Do you think up to a middle distance at some stage?
Yeah, I think so. He's had, as I said, not many starts at the moment, and the 2,000 metres, yeah, for sure. I can't see why not.
I'm jury's out for me with him.
Okay. Can't have him?
Yeah, no, it's all right.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll put him in your
not
so keen
Put him
file.
with the others. Put him with the others.
The others.
Yeah.
Okay. As the intro said when we introduced you, 1,400 wins now. 86 of those at group and listed level. You turned 40 in the last year or so. What's ahead for Hayden Tinsley?
More Group 1s.
Of course.
It's pretty much that, just really. More Group 1s. Every jockey strives to win a Group 1 or more, as many as you can get. I've ridden in 4 different countries and 18 Group 1 winners. It's really just a matter of more Group 1s.
Is there a race that you particularly want to win, though?
Not particularly. I've never been one to sort of rave that I want to win the Melbourne Cup or I want to win the Derby.
ATC Oaks, you'd like to win that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, definitely. Just more and more wins. I mean, it's a thrill to win any race, whether it be a maiden or a Group 1. Group 1's a little bit more special afterwards, but I enjoy winning horses.
How's your weight at the moment?
I'm about 1.5 kilos heavier than what I was when I was 20.
Really?
I remember my very last ride as an apprentice, I was struggling to ride 55. I rode 56.5 on Saturday, so it's hard work. It's hard work when I'm at it.
Kilos heavier.
Yeah, well, I won't go there myself. But that's something that it's part of the job, I suppose, for you, Hayden. Over the years, you've developed systems and structures that I suppose manage the week. You break the week down, and you know when you're riding, and then you work from there. Is that how it works?
Yeah, pretty much. It's 25 years I've been riding now, and as I said, when I was 20, I was having to constantly watch my weight then. So I know what's good and what's not, what to do, what to take off, and how far to push it. It just becomes a daily chore for me now.
And you're outside of racing. That must become monotonous, and that must become really quite a hard task. There's things outside of racing that you do to take your mind off it, to take the mind away from that wasting. You must have interests that get you away from it.
Yeah, there is. I've got my boy's 9 now. Yeah. He's getting pretty active, so going to when I can on a Saturday morning sport, something like that. It gets you away from the racing. I enjoy mountain biking and fishing and the odd game of golf that I can try and play now.
Yeah.
But there's plenty of other things I can do outside of racing. Yeah.
And you got your venture thoroughbreds as well.
Yeah, that's right. Carla and I set up the company 4 or 5 years ago. And we just pretty much run all our horse transactions under that banner.
Yep.
And where did you get your nickname? Got to ask that.
My nickname came from Kevin Gray.
That's where everyone got their nickname from.
You didn't
leave there without one.
When I first got dropped off at Kevin Gray's, it is my dad's name. Everyone knows Dad as was. So when Mum and Dad dropped me off at Kevin Gray's and they left and went back home, and I was standing there with my bags, Kevin said to me, "There's a pitchfork outside, go and grab it."
Yeah.
So it's just stuck ever since then.
Yeah. Hey, well, thanks very much for making the trip up from Palmy, and again, congratulations on your dual stakes success on the weekend, and let's hope that the season has a bit more in store for you as well. Thanks for coming up.
No, thanks. It's all been a pleasure.
Hayden Tinsley with us here on Weigh In. We're back with a whole lot more after this.
Coming up on Weigh In, the team continue their analysis of Trentham, where Vespa returned to the winner's stall claiming the Group 2 Wellington Guineas.